Howdy guys, welcome back to Merendam 2. For this video, we are going to be doing the finale. And there's actually not a whole lot left to do in this game, just this maze puzzle right here. And then after that, it's pretty much just walking back and forth with some keys and kind of unlocking a couple more doors, and we will be done. So I left in this room in the last video, and all you need to do this is just the crowbar. I had assumed that you need you still have that brush with the chalk on it, and I was going to try to draw on this, but that's not the case. Just use the crowbar, and you can actually take this whole plate with you. And then once you have this, I think it's pretty obvious what to do, but you have to align this plate with those numbers you saw at the very beginning of the game. And then after that, it does get a little bit tricky. So let me cut that right now, and I'll talk more about it. Okay, so this is why this part's a little bit confusing. I don't know if I showed this off, but there is actually a part in the game where there's a box with 5 different dials you have to change around. And this is the clue to open it. But it's just hard to... It's obvious what to do. You have to go through the puzzle and line up the numbers. But it's hard to know where to start, where to end. And then they needlessly had this piece torn out, so it's even more hard to figure it out. But what you do is you have to start up here by this little line, and then just start going through. So it's going to be 5, 9, 8, 4, and 6. So what was that? 5, 9, 8, 4, 6. Let me write that down. Actually, you know what? Let me pause right here, and we'll cut back to that box. I'll show how to get there, because I don't think I've shown it off yet, but let me cut there in just a second. Okay, so the box is just in the basement in the second building, all the way to the very left in this room right here. And yeah, it's going to be 5 different numbers. And again, I don't know if you'd be able to guess this without doing that puzzle, but there's no way anybody would go through 100,000 different combinations. So let's plug that in. It was 5. 9, 8, 4, 6. And I think this one's different every time too. I think the numbers are always going to change for each different playthrough, or maybe even every different save file. I don't know. So unlock that, and that's going to give us... What does that give us? Oh yeah, this thing right here. So for the rest of the game, it's very, very easy. You're just walking around putting in keys. There's no more puzzles, really. It's just backtracking. And then this one, it's way back at the beginning of the game. So now we got to go all the way back to the beginning of the first building. So let me cut one more time. Here's the box right here. I think it's the second room from the very beginning. It's right next to that little entrance right over here when you start crawling over stuff. And I think this just gives us another key. That was a not the most flattering angle for the main character. Yeah, this gives us what is this? The word piano is blurrily written on the keychain. So this is, I think, right next to that little toy piano. So you know what? Let's just walk there. I've already been cutting a lot in this video. So yeah, very, very anticlimactic ending for this game. It's no more puzzles, really. It's just all the doors you have to unlock. And I don't really know what's going on with the storyline that much. I mean, there was a Merendam 1, which I've never played before. I just started this series right on game number 2. But I guess the story is the main character... She just left her house after she was sick or something. She was like laying down and her sister was caring for her. And she followed some girl into this mall. Now she's trying to get out of here, I guess, is the best way to describe this story. I don't know. I've never really been the best with describing storylines, so I guess it's not all too important. No! Up, left, left. Okay. Man, those are getting harder. I think they speed them up, actually. Or they start adding more directions. I don't know. So I know there's a door. I think it's in this room. Let me check this room. Yes, this door right here. And is there going to be a jump scene? No, no jump scene. Okay. So let's grab, I think there's just the one thing to grab right down here. That's going to be, I think another key. Wait, is that, what is that? I think it's a key. I got to figure out, it's been a while since I practiced this, so. Let's see what this looks like first, though. Building will soon be demolished. Okay. All right, let me call right here and I'll figure out where to use this key. Okay, I found it. So it's on the very top floor, second building, all the way to the left. And this is the lock I assumed you were able to cut with those bolt cutters. But you're not able to. It's actually the last door in the game. All right, and with that, we're done with Merendam. Let me let the credits play, and then I'll cut back afterwards.
어디선가 기화 언니 목소리가 어디서 들리는 거지? 세단아, 너 거기 있니? 언니다, 기화 언니.
All right, guys, so that's it for Merendam. And closing thoughts, it was a decent game. Definitely not as good as Franbo, but it was a pretty solid game. Some interesting puzzles. I like the algebra puzzle, and then I like the feature of combining items. But they could have made it harder. They could have made it longer. But decent game for the most part. So after this game, I think I'm going to get started with either another game from the same developer as Hidden Silence, or maybe just wrap up on Lamia's Game Room, which I've kind of been slacking on. But anyways, if you guys have any questions, please leave them in the comments below, and thank you for watching.